Hello everyone. Today I'm going to answer a common question that we receive from engineering students when they write the units, engineering units. Should I write the units in a capital letter or in a small letter? To do so, let's actually go quickly about three common terminology that we are using in engineering. We use the dimensions, and we use prefix, and we also use the units. So what is dimensions? Dimension is actually a physical quantity you can measure. It's a physical quantities to measure. And we have 7 fundamental or basic quantities that we can measure, right? So we have the length, and this usually take the symbol L. We have the mass, usually take the symbol M capital. Then we have the time, usually take the symbol of T small, and we have temperature that usually take the symbol of T capital. The other remaining three basic dimensions are the electric current and the quantity of light and the quantity of matter, right? So for the current we give symbol I, for the quantity of light we give C, and for the quantity of matter it's usually N small or N capital. These are the quantity that you can measure. Let's say that we need to give an example here. Let's say that we have a distance equal to 10. Distance is a dimension. It's a physical quantity that I can measure. Now, we express that dimension with a numeric value. This is numeric value. And this is where the terminology of prefix comes in, how to write that numeric value in a different format, which is not really the focus of that video here. Then you need to put a description. Description for that numeric value is so important, and the description is actually what we know as the units. So engineering units is the description that give a meaning for a numeric value that came from a physical quantity that you did measure. And we know that we have basically three unit system. We have the international standard international system unit, or a metric system. Then we have the imperial system, which mostly used in United States and other few countries like England, and the British gravitational unit as well, which is very similar to the imperial, except that they are using different units for the mass. Let's take the SI unit as an example here and try to answer that question about the capital or small letter here. So in the SI unit, usually we have the distance, right, is measured, or the length is measured with the unit of meter, and usually I will write the meter or the units between two brackets. When we talk about the mass, it's usually measured by kilogram, and when we talk about the time, it's usually measured by second, right? Then we have the temperature, and the standard unit for it is actually the Kelvin, right? So when we write the units, we don't actually write the full name here, but we try to make that in a smaller letter, right? And out of these four, we can simply write M, which come in a small letter. Then mass, it's usually kg, and K here is a small letter as well. Time is in second, that's a small s, and temperature in Kelvin, that's K. Oh, now we are coming to the question. Why did you write K in a capital letter while the others are small are in a small letters here? The answer is obvious, because Kelvin is a name, right? It's a name of a scientist, a name of a person, and when we write names, it's written in capital. Meter, kilogram, second, these are not names. If I want to give you more examples about this, when we talk about the velocity, right, the unit is correct, meter per second. All are small letters, right? When we talk about acceleration, it still remain meter per second square. Everything is a small letter here. When we come into pressure, that's a unit of pressure. What's the unit of pressure? It is Newton per meter square. So obviously this is any capital, or we can put an equivalent unit here which is known as Pascal, right, which is P capital because it's a name. Other names like Joule, right, which is written in J capital. Other units that comes in capital letter is Watt, which is a unit of power. It's written in Watt. So the answer to that question is when the unit is expressing a name of a scientist like Pascal, Joule, Watt, Kelvin, they have to be written in a capital letter. Everything else has to come in a small letter. When we talk about velocity, meter per second, mass, kilograms, K small, time, it's second, it's S small, and so on. Hopefully guys this will answer that question. If you need more details about the dimensions, prefix, and units, please leave that in your comment. Thanks for your time, and I will see you in a next video.